Red the King. Poppy Cannons. Paul Scorch. Vinny P. The All Eyes on Us podcast.
All eyes on me.
Yeah. What it do, world? You already know who it is. It's your boy, J Red the King, a.k.a. J Reddy Murphy, a.k.a. J Redrick the Entertainer, a.k.a. Richard Flyer, a.k.a. the Brown Mamba, rest in peace to the GOAT Kobe Bryant, a.k.a. Jerry Feinfeld, a.k.a. Joe sliding right into your girl's DMs. What it do?
Poppy Cannons, a.k.a. D Cannons, a.k.a. Slim Wavy, a.k.a. It's my birthday.
Hey. Happy birthday.
Hey, what's happening? It's your boy Paul Scorch, aka P Scorch, aka Mr. Yeah. Let's get it.
Yes, it's just Vincent, a.k.a. Happy Dad.
Happy Dad. And today we are joined with a very beautiful, very talented guest.
Very talented.
Her name, she goes by the name of Jessica Jolia. Thank God that she's not in the studio because we get to see her beautiful face and she's not covered with masks like us. How's it going, Jessica? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we're doing good. We out here just trying to make it happen. Thank you for coming and being a part of the show with us today.
So
we
much.
really do appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
No problem. I have shared your music with my brothers here.
Fire.
I think it's safe to say that we are all huge fans of yours.
Oh, you guys are sweet. Thank you.
Putting it down
No
for Zach.
problem. Yeah. So let's get it started. Let's ask her some questions. You know what I'm saying? Get to know Jessica Jolia. So Jessica, where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Sacramento. I was born in Michigan, so I lived there like right up until kindergarten. And then I spent the rest of my time in Sac. So Sacramento was home for me.
Okay. She a 916 girl.
916.
You like it. I'm the only one here from Sacramento too. They're from they're from Fairfield.
Yeah.
Well, you made your way to the right place.
Exactly. Exactly.
A lot cheaper.
Well, okay.
For sure.
It sure is. So what age did you start singing?
I think I've always loved music. My mom says when I was really, really young, like maybe 1 or almost 2, I would sing with my dolls, and she would always say I would do different things. So instead of just regular talking or regular singing, she said I would have 2 dolls and I would make them sing to each other in opera voices. So it would be like, "Hi, how are you? I'm fine." And I don't know why, because I wasn't even exposed to classical music until later in life, but I think I've just since I was really, really young, I just had a passion for music, and it just grew as I got older.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
Yeah,
Imagination.
You could definitely tell you've been singing since you was a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't just start like that.
Right.
That's it.
So to follow up on that, and you was a little kid making your dolls sing and all that. Who were some of the artists that inspired you? What were you listening to?
I always have said I'm an old soul. I listened to the same music that my parents listened to, and even some of the stuff they listened to was a little bit older for them. So I listened to, of course, the classics like the Prince and the Stevie Wonder and the Whitney, but also Parliament and Shaka Khan and Journey and Chicago. Some of everything I really feel. So I think definitely whatever they were listening to, I loved. And then I just kind of piggybacked off of that. And then as I grew older, I would listen to music that kind of still had that same kind of a feel. Music that is very, very timeless, I would say. Music that just transcends through generations and decades.
Got it.
I like that. So while creating a record, before I get to that question, I guess I'll ask, at what age did you really start taking this serious?
I think I started annoying everyone singing around the house when I was 4 or 5. And then when I got to elementary school, I wanted to play instruments. So I started out with saxophone and the bass clarinet, and then I played percussion in high school too. So I started, I would say, probably taking things very seriously, maybe 9, because that's about the time that I wrote my first song. I actually was listening to That Girl by Stevie Wonder, and the intro is an instrumental section. So I wrote a rap over it at 9.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I seen you make a post the other day that said you were really a rapper at heart.
Yeah, I mean, jokingly so, but I feel like at that age, I knew that music was definitely a passion of mine, and I think I always approached it differently. Like, I don't think it's a normal, common story to say, while listening to Stevie Wonder, I wrote a rap. But
right.
I think it's always just because I was exposed to so much, I always was able to pull from different areas for inspiration.
Right. Do you remember what you wrote to Stevie Wonder?
I do.
Let's hear it. We gotta get the exclusive.
Spit that Stevie Wonder verse. Let's
okay,
get it on.
if I mess up some of the words, don't get at me because 9 years old was a while ago. Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, bad girl think that she's so bad because she's the finest little lady I ever had. I treat her right, and I know she'll never do me wrong. Her love is tight, and this would always keeps me holding on and feels strange because I never felt this way before. Every time she walks away, she calls me back for more, and I'm gonna have to let her know that no one in this world could ever take a place in my heart. Yeah, that girl. And I was writing it for whoever to rap for Stevie Wonder because obviously it was about the girl he was talking about, but I was like, well, I can't make it about me.
Yeah. Oh, you hit us with the 1980s.
You know what I'm saying?
Jumpster.
They're not ready.
Bang, bang, boogie.
Jolia.
Everything.
Yes. Bars. I like that. I like
Baby Jolia.
I like that. So, what would you say the biggest challenge is so far that you've endured in this journey of yours?
I think I'm a person who is like equal parts creative, but always looking for information, especially as it pertains to music business. And I think because I have spent so much time and invested so much time in learning the business and learning like what's fair, I would say, because you really don't always get what you should, but you should at least know what's fair. It's especially as a woman, I feel like when you go into a situation and a label or distributor or whoever it might be is excited about you and they want you to get excited about working with them, they have the mindset that, if they're a bigger entity than you should just go with the flow and take whatever the deal, whatever the offer is. And because I know, from years of studying and experience what I should and shouldn't do based on what I can do, what I bring to the table, it's frustrating because I've had a lot of opportunities to do a lot of things, but I've had to pass on them because the numbers didn't make sense. I've never been a person that was really just one-dimensional. I've always considered myself to be multifaceted, especially because, I'm playing the instruments, I'm writing the songs, I'm engineering my sessions. And so it's not like I'm looking for a traditional artist deal. I want something where it's mutually beneficial to me and the label that I now have, Decada Records, and whoever else I would partner with. But it's not, I've never had the mentality of, I just want to get a deal. So, I just want to say that I'm signed to, whoever label, just to say it, because it's like, okay, but there are a lot of people who are signed whose music you'll never hear, who really can't even afford to take care of their basic necessities, even if you do happen to know them, maybe even sometimes almost at a household name level, because the business side isn't right. So I think, just, maintaining the things that I know that I need for me, and just going about approaching businesses and different opportunities with the mindset of, I don't have to compromise no matter what, no matter how good it might look, I don't have to compromise, and it's okay to stand my ground.
Okay.
Like
Okay. I like that. I like that. I had no idea you were engineering your own music.
Yeah. All the stuff that you hear, I've recorded all that myself.
That's
crazy.
major.
That is major.
That is crazy.
Major.
And you be working. I be seeing you on Instagram. It just be like clip after clip. Here's a new record.
I try, it's different because I'm working remotely now with everything going on with the pandemic. I try to be as self-contained, even more so now than before, just because I want to, contribute to everybody being safe, and not, going into a large studio space if I don't have to. So I have a much smaller setup right now. And right now I'm visiting my parents too. So if I'm working over there, it's like, oh, I just have my laptop and my interface and my microphone and here we go. But you know, I really enjoy it. I enjoy it all the same. And because I am so hands-on, it's nice to have the freedom to say, you know, if I want to spend 12 hours on this song today, I can. Maybe it'll only take 4, but if I want to do that, I can, instead of, you know, even if I were to still engineer the session but rent out a studio space, it's like, well, how much is 12 hours going to cost?
Yeah.
And is it going to make sense, you know, for what I'm working
Right.
on? So I appreciate that. I got to a point where I just, literally, it was just one day I decided, no, I'm not going to continue to rely on other people to get my music done. I need to do it myself.
Right. I like that. So, you guys got any questions, or I'm just gonna keep running through this?
So
Don't get nervous because it's a cute girl on here.
I have a question for you, Jessica. I'm always curious about artists' creative process. As a creative myself, I want to know, like, I guess specifically when we think about creating a song, can you walk us through that?
Yeah, I think it kind of depends, because I write for other people too. Okay. So if I'm writing for someone else, I like to have conversations with them that are just very basic, get to know you type conversations, so you can kind of get a feel for their personality. Of course, if they have music that's already out, I listen to that, and just see if you can get a feel for what they've done, where they'd like to go. And it's always good to know, you know, what do they want to talk about? Because I could write something that I think is great and present it to the artist who's going to sing it, and it's like, I can't sing that because of the content. I don't like the content. Maybe the range is too high, too low, or anything, you know, in between. So when it comes to writing for other people, I just really like to be as inclusive as I can, and make sure that it's something that they would, you know, see themselves being able to do all the way across the board. If it's for me, I always have lots and lots of music that I go through. Some of the music that I've released, I've co-produced. Some of it has just been other producers, and I've co-arranged the music. But generally speaking, I'm not a person who will take like a whiteboard and say, these are my themes. And so on Wednesday, I'm going to write about being mad. And on Friday, I'm going to write about, you know, a breakup. And then Saturday, I'm going to write about money. No, I don't do it like that. I really like to feel like the music and I have some sort of an idea that kind of marries and meets in the middle. So I generally write about whatever the music may inspire me to create. Because there's a lot of times where I'll, you know, like I said, I have lots of music. So I'll listen to something and I'll play it for, you know, a few minutes. Maybe I'll listen to it 2 or 3 times and nothing really comes to mind immediately. So I'll put it back and pull up the next one. And when I find that one, that's the one that I write to. And if it gets really, really bad and I just really want to write, but I can't think of anything, sometimes I'll look to see if the producers labeled their instrumental, because a lot of times people will send you like something that, oh, that could be a title of a song. And I'll say, okay, that's what we'll write about today.
Yeah. All right. Dope. I love it. Thank you. So in the same right, I think, you know, you brought up an interesting point about like being able to write for others. What would you say to the listeners out there that have similar paths in terms of like, how do you protect yourself as a writer?
In the sense of not feeling like you're giving up your style, your essence, or I don't really approach it that way, because I think that if you create something that becomes a signature sound, that's going to be something that people want. You'll become more and more in demand. If I know that my vocal arrangements for my music generally sound like this, and then I begin to implement them on other music for other people, and that works, then it's not that I feel like, oh, well, now they're excelling because they maybe were in a higher position, or they were more well-known at the time when they put out the song that I wrote, versus if I would have done it myself. You just look at it as that song is doing great. And everybody that's around that person, whether it's their label, their executives, or even if they're independent and happen to be doing extremely well on their own, everybody sees it. So they're not going to look at it as, or I'm not going to look at it as, oh, that could have been for me. Because everything happens, you know, as it should, right place, the right time. And I've always been about sonics and arrangements. Background arrangements are like one of my most favorite things to do. if you listen to any of my songs, there's hardly any that you won't find tons and tons of background vocals. Even if sometimes you have to listen very intently, they're always there. So I don't approach it in a sense of, okay, let me be careful about how I do it, because I think that makes it more difficult when you're trying to not do something that comes natural to you. I think you should just continue to hone and develop your sound so that, like I said, you know, when other people happen to incorporate some of the same things that you do, it just becomes a sound and a signature sound that people know you for, and they will come to you for that.
All right.
Right. So I also read that you were on tour with the Jonas Brothers, right?
I was last year.
Oh my God. So talk to us a little bit about that. How did that happen and how did that feel?
I moved to LA about 5 years ago. So when I first got there, I moved just because I felt like I had performed at all the venues here, and I felt like at the time I had exhausted the bulk of the opportunities that I had in Sacramento, and it wasn't a situation where I was like, oh, there's nothing left to do here ever. It's just I need to do something else for now so that when I come back, I have something to add. So when I left, I started singing background right away. That opportunity just came about because I had a mutual friend with someone who we'd done work with Meghan Trainor before, television stuff. And so they were looking for, I was with the opener on the Jonas Brothers tour, Jordan McGraw. They were looking for 2 background singers / dancers kind of last minute, because I don't think that they had really known that he was going to be the opener very long before the tour was scheduled to take off. But I got the call, and I actually was out here visiting because it was around my birthday in July. And I had to go back in like 2-3 days, jump right into rehearsals. And then we had the tour the very next week. And we were gone, let's see, August through December of last year.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Were they cool? Were they cool people, or were they like?
Yeah, you know, it's funny because prior to like that tour, like I've done a mix of touring, so larger level, smaller level, different types of genres. But I think you never really know what it's going to be like when you're on a big pop tour.
Right.
And up to that point, all of my experiences have been really good. I've been very blessed and fortunate to work with people who, you know, they're talented, very well known, but also very humble and just know how to treat people. And that tour was no different. I didn't see the Jonas Brothers every day as far as, you know, one-on-one interactions. We, of course, saw each other, you know, coming and going from the stage. But the times that we were all in the same space and interacted with each other, they're very kind. One of them at the time was married with children, so his wife and kids would come, and then the others, I don't know if the other 2 were both married, they may have been, but yeah, they would bring their family around, and they just created a really warm environment. So it was definitely a positive experience all the way around. There was nothing that I could really say like, ooh, I can't wait to get off this tour. It was really nice.
Right. Have you ever had that moment though with somebody else? You don't got to name no names, but being on tour, you're like,
okay, so not with like the act that I might have been on tour with, but like let's say like we're doing a show and there's a bill. Yeah, there's definitely been artists where you're like, oh, if I knew that's how you were, I probably never ever would have listened to your music.
Oh, damn.
It's crazy too, because it's like, you know, I feel like you kind of build up like this expectation of what a person might be based on the music that they put out. And when the expectation doesn't meet in reality, it's kind of like, oh, because like I'm the type of person that's like, I don't care how talented you are, I care about the type of person that you are. And so I've definitely met people that I've been like, I'm just not going to buy your music anymore. It's fine. Like, you're still super talented, but you're a trash person. So
that's crazy.
Speaking on working with other artists, who are some of the people that you may want to work with in the future that you haven't done yet?
Future, I would say I really like her. I like her music a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I need that. I need that. Her and Jessica
That's
feature.
a banger.
She's super talented, super musical. I love her writing style. I like Kalani too. Anderson .Paak is one of my favorites. And if I had one more, Maybe Sir. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's
Yeah.
We
That's the guy.
fuck with Sir.
That's the guy.
Yeah,
You know
he's
what's that girl's name? Azion, or is it A? You know what I'm talking about?
I believe so.
I think her name is Azion. Azion. Spelled weird, but
It is
y'all would
spelled
make a fire. Y'all would make a fire record together too. She's popping.
I don't know if maybe I know her, just not by her name.
Yeah, she gets a lot of her stuff produced by Cardiac.
Okay.
Cardiac is a fire. Yeah, he's a fire producer.
Yeah.
If I was a singer, I want him to produce my shit. Speaking of which, what about producers? Which producers would you like to work with? Your dream producer.
Oh, I don't know that I have one dream producer, but I really like Missy Elliott. I like Pharrell.
Yeah.
Depending on the type of music, John Legend.
Okay.
See if there's anybody that I'm leaving out. Probably like a Dre beat would be fire too.
Definitely.
Yes, that would be fire.
I got a question real quick though. So you know the verses, right? That was coming out last night. We were supposed to watch the Ashanti versus Keisha Cole. Who you got? Who you got?
Okay. I would have to honestly, that one is hard for me, but I think if I'm going off of like the music that I'm the most familiar with, I would have to say Ashanti.
That's
it. Really?
I know more of her music. I think Keisha Cole is super talented. I met her like when she was first coming out, and she was really cool, like very down to earth. Like she was very much her, but she was a cool person. But I just happen to know more of Ashanti's songs. You know, they were pushing her music so tough, like you couldn't get away from Ashanti.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't know who she was at first, you were gonna know her. Her music was everywhere.
Definitely.
She had fireside burns.
Man, she got the bangers though.
Fireside.
Shout out to
putting in work. Yeah.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Well, do you guys got any more questions for her?
Yeah, shit. How about this? Next question. We got another verses coming out.
I'm out of here.
You see the
I don't know if I know what's the next one.
E40 and Too Short.
No, okay. I maybe saw that. I don't remember.
Yeah, it just came out. It just got posted. I'm not even sure. Next Saturday.
Okay.
Who you got? Who you got for that?
What's my favorite word?
You got
I
it.
know. I think it's
gonna
be the same type of response because I know more of the catalog is E40.
E40's catalog is too big for sure.
40 cleaning up short. I'm just saying. I like short now, but it's gonna be a bad day for that guy, man. Respect the short though.
So Jessica, what we normally do here is we normally don't interview people the way we interviewed you, but you know, you're a special case, you know what I'm saying? You're a special guest. We wanted the people to know who you are, right? Mm-hmm. But we usually just go around the room and we bullshit for a good hour. Okay? So we would love if
I feel like I
stick
should have
around.
brought a drink for this or something then.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't know.
So before we leave today, we are going to play the record that you sent me. But we would love it if you stood around because we like to talk about what happened in the media the week of, you know what I mean? Everything that just passed. Okay. So we would like if you stick around and, you know what I'm saying? Just be one of the boys with us.
I got my hoodie. I got a chain.
Hey, let's go.
Detroit, what? Detroit, what?
So what we have sometimes is every week we like to do a sicko mode. And that usually is just like some sick shit that we saw throughout this week. And it could be, you'll see. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit the little sicko mode. Sicko mode. All right. So, and then I'm going to tell everybody what my sicko mode is. And I just want to get everybody's opinion. Okay. So sicko mode for this week. Did you guys see that Lifetime is putting out a 15-minute short film starring Mario Lopez as Colonel Sanders?
What?
What are you talking
Mario Lopez?
Mario Lopez.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, right?
Slater from Saved by the Bell is in it's called Recipe of Seduction.
Bayside.
I'm not playing.
Bayside. How did that work out?
Look at
Bayside. How did that work out? That's crazy.
So if you guys look at the preview, right? I thought it was fake. I was like, this shit cannot be real. This is a fake thing. It's really a 15-minute short film. and it's my man's playing Colonel Sanders. They put the little gray in his hair. He's got the little black bow tie with a white shirt, and he's like, I don't know what he's doing. He's like a cook somewhere, and then he goes, my name is Colonel Sanders.
Wow. What's the bag look like? Is he getting a bag?
I have no idea, bro.
Hey, what jersey is this? Sorry, is this?
That's Morris. You got the Zach Morris.
That's Zach
Morris.
Okay, never mind. Shout out Zach Morris.
Yeah, so I mean,
You saw a commercial for this on TV?
I saw the commercial. I'm gonna send you the link when we're done with this, so you can watch that. That's some sick shit.
Weird.
No, I hope I don't see the commercial for that because I can't even imagine that.
It was like explosions and everything. I was like, damn, what is going on here?
Explosions.
I said, man, it was like
explosions.
Hey, that's a fact. It's got to be some bullshit.
Wow.
They hate me. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you looking it up?
Yeah, a recipe for seduction.
I told you it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Bro, they don't even look like Colonel Sanders, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Yo.
So this is
cultural?
the whole story of how Colonel Sanders came to be. That's the point of this.
Yeah, that's I don't know what the hell they plan on doing, but is that cultural appropriation? That's cultural appropriation.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. That's supposed to be a white man.
White? Yo, I'm not happy about this. I am not happy about this. This is crazy.
Yeah, man, that's some sick ass shit.
Anyway,
anybody else got a sicko?
No, I got. Before I reach to the sicko, I just want to say, man, RP to Tommy Tiny Lister Debo, man.
Oh yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace to that boy, man. 2020 has been trash.
Yeah. Oh, we also got to send a rest in peace to what's her name? The Babs. Yeah, Natalie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Rest in peace to her.
She was awesome at How to Be a Player. A lot of people.
Yeah, Def Jam's How to Be a Player.
Player.
Was you a big Babs fan when you was young?
I had nails. I still got them.
Yeah.
Don't you dare do the hairstyle.
Nah,
well, okay, so I'm from Michigan, so you know, in Detroit, that's like a normal thing. For real? So, like, that was no culture shock for me. That's like, oh yeah, you can walk down the street and see that.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they was wilding. Are they the queen of baby hairs instead of Sweetie or what? Their baby hair was popping.
Right back then too.
It's that toothbrush hairs.
Did you say you had a sicko?
I don't have a sicko.
Vince?
No sicko.
Paul or Candace, whatever your name is. Whatever the fuck your name is.
Nah, I don't go.
All right, so I'm only the one who came prepared today. Okay, let's. What about Bozo? So this is another thing. We give somebody, whoever, you know what I mean? It could be somebody you know personally. It could be something we've seen. We give them a Bozo of the week. So I'm gonna hit that.
Those circuses on the air. Who's your favorite clown?
Vince, you look like you got a Bozo over there.
No bozos, man.
I do.
All right, let's talk about it.
And I don't like to get his bells out to me, man, but I gotta give it to Lil Wayne, man.
Oh,
Talk about it.
He pled guilty to a gun charge in Miami.
Mm.
If you are Lil Wayne, why are you still having guns and doing dumb shit like this, bro?
You have to.
I don't.
He has enough money to get bodyguards.
Everybody else around you had that shit, man.
Big facts.
You don't need that.
Jessica looked like she keep the hammer in her purse.
I got a little something, you know.
Yeah,
I didn't even hear about that. That was recent.
Yeah. He just pled guilty.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I feel like with everything that's going on, though, you almost, as a rapper, you have to protect yourself outside of having a bodyguard. Because
not if you got stupid money like that.
The bodyguards ain't taking no bullets, though.
That's what they for.
That's what they did.
Then they all need to be fired.
That is their job at the end of the day. Now, whether they do it or not is one thing, but that's what they're hired for.
Yeah,
Hey Vince, you think it's just because they're a rapper, so it's like I gotta have it because I'm a gangster rapper. You think that could be why they're doing some of that shit too?
I think that plays a major role in it. I think after so long, right? The mind is like most powerful tool. You start thinking things, and you start thinking that you have to keep up this certain image. Absolutely, yeah.
Yo,
you never leave home without it. because people are being killed, people are being shot. Like,
yeah, it is getting crazy.
Yo, what's up with all the rappers going to jail right now too?
Bro, I can't even care anymore, bro. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't. They're too old. You're too old for this, bro. You're too old. Who Casanova? Everybody, like,
Casanova, that's unfortunate. That's
I can't even. Same here, but I can't.
I think that the thing that's finally starting to come to light with the entertainers, like, one, they're human just like us, but the lifestyle.
Yeah, but they're humans with millions.
No,
they're not a human like me.
No, they are.
I just put $22 in my gas tank on the way over here.
They are, but what's happening is they're living double lives, right? They're getting double the bag. Like, if you could charter a private jet and you also had a connection with the dope dealer down the street to carry, 80 pounds or whatever, like, you're probably gonna do that, and you're probably gonna get away with it for a long time. And I think that's what's been happening. Like, rappers been double dipping, they've been living, they've been getting the rap money, and then due to COVID hitting, like, they have to come up with different ways to survive now. Because I mean, I'm not really buying any rap albums right now. I can't speak for the rest of you guys. We buy R&B, Jessica.
We do buy. Believe it or not, I mean, we are R&B.
The thing with the labels, though, is, I mean, and thank you for buying R&B, and thank you for buying my music if you have. But I mean, the amount of time and energy that goes into creating something to turn around and get 99 cents for your song or $1.29, like, especially when you're talking about someone that's a major artist on a major label. That's not enough anyway. And, I appreciate the artists who have put out projects this year because they are appealing to their fan base. But as far as the labels are concerned, if the artists are not touring and they're not selling merch, they're not making money. So, I mean, there is no money that's to be made outside of the stuff that they put out previously. Nothing like what they planned on, I'm sure. That's why a lot of albums got pushed back this year, because it's like, well, we funneled these millions into putting this together, and we put it out just on the streaming platforms. We're not going to make anything. You don't even make a penny per stream. So, and that's let's say you own 100% of your song, you don't make a penny. So now if you're talking about, well, we got 50 writers and we're paying for the studio time and for this and for that, it takes a long time to make a nice little piece of change off of streaming and sales. So,
and you touched on it earlier, and you mentioned, like, there's a lot of household names that don't have it. They're barely scraping by. And that's the reality. I feel like even more so now, we're starting to see it as civilians, I guess you could call us. Like, we're not in the industry. Like, people are struggling. So
a lot of these artists too were like show based. You know what I mean? Like, they get money off of the shows and everything. And that shit is going. Man,
so I would carry.
No touring. I'm telling you, the touring and the merch, that's like really, really high up on the list as far as generating revenue. And not to say, I mean, I have seen, especially recently, and a lot of people are putting out like their holiday merch and holiday projects. And I mean, generally speaking, people will buy stuff for Christmas time anyway. But just the money that is made in so many different angles from touring for it to be completely stripped. A lot, especially when you get accustomed to spending a certain way, because that's what people are thinking. And it's like, well, they have millions and millions, so they should be okay. Not if they're used to spending that every year. They don't have it.
Right, exactly.
So now they're in the red like everybody else, unless, you're someone who's made investments and has other things going on. But if it's just, I'm just an artist and all I do is survive on my music and touring and XYZ. No, you took a hit too, a big one.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of merch, do you have any merch coming in the near future?
I have, I should have worn it today. I have a hoodie and I have a t-shirt. It's on, I have an Instagram page for it and a website. It's just, the website is shopjessicajolia.com and the Instagram is shopjessicajolia. But yeah, I have a hoodie that's designed. I have, it's my smile on the top of the hoodie, and then the bottom is a paisley print. And I have it in a couple different colors. Actually, the inside of the hood is a paisley print too.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna design some stuff for you too. I'm gonna send it to you.
Yo, don't just say shit to say shit to it.
But yeah,
yeah. Now I gotta go buy some merch from you.
Yeah, for real though.
I will.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No, it's all good.
Sure.
Okay. Did anybody else have any bozos?
I got one. I don't remember her name. So sorry. But we all hated seeing Nate Robinson get knocked out. The question, who I don't know this lady has been on Vice. I guess she asked Jake Paul.
Oh, you talking about Jamil
Hill?
Is it racist to knock him out?
She was just joking.
Was she just bullshitting?
She was trolling him.
She was trolling.
All right, never mind.
But, I mean, but we could talk about it though. Like, I
wouldn't even ask that. That's me though.
Was it racist to knock him out?
Was it racist?
You being a white boy?
Yeah, and what's going on in the world right now, is that racist?
I was trolling.
It would have been worse if he knocked him out in Black History Month.
Oh,
then you can't knock him out
too soon. Somebody can get that get back.
That was hard to watch. I have to say, that was hard to watch.
Yeah,
man, that was crazy.
He knew that was coming though.
Like, you got to put Ron Artest in there, you know what I mean? Or
right, somebody who ain't got any
screws. Because he was acting like he had it though. He really did.
That was his first fight ever.
Right.
That was wild.
I ain't never threw no hands.
You know what? Jessica, I do have another question for you. Like, just talking about like what's going on right now, like, have you and your manager start creating like a game plan or like re-entry when the world opens back up, or any strategies like for what's going on now?
Yes, we decided a few months ago, because I've been recording a lot of music for the last several years, but this year in particular, I had a lot more free time than I normally would. So I've been constantly adding to my catalog, and we decided a few months ago to right now just release music on a monthly schedule. So a minimum of one song every month I'm dropping. I would like to do more, but it would only make sense if I was doing like a project every month, in the sense of being able to send the music out for consideration for the different curators, because you need to give them like 3 to 4 weeks to get your music in the list of, the music they're going to listen to, which comes after all the label artists. So, it would be nice for me to say, yeah, I decided I'm going to drop a song every week. But my goal and our goal as the team collectively is just to continue to put music out so people become more familiar with me, the type of music that I create, and do it consistently. And getting the music placed, on Apple Music and Spotify and SoundCloud gives me an opportunity to reach a wider audience than it would be if I were to just say to my Instagram followers, oh, new song tomorrow. It feels good. I mean, the concept is great. I could do that based on the work that I put in this year, but I look at everything in the overall and want to make sure that, whenever we are releasing music, it makes sense across the board where it's mutually beneficial.
Right.
Taking notes.
So absolutely. Thanks so much for answering that. And the reason I was asking that question, right, is because you're saying it. There's a lot of like artists that we're familiar with that have started OnlyFans, and just giving the fans like more access to like their daily lives, which I think is brilliant. Because that's a part of, at least for me, one of the things that attracts me to certain artists or like celebrities is that you don't see them and you don't know what they're doing. And so the opportunity to kind of get inside and see what their daily rituals like I think is priceless. So
Vince, are you trying to start OnlyFans? Is that what you're telling us?
Well, you can not just kidding. You can subscribe to
Bust it open.
Happy Dad.
Vince said he
Happy Dad.
white t-shirts.
OnlyFans /Happy Dad.
Vince post pictures of his feet.
Right.
Oh shit.
Vince, you got nice feet, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
I think you are right about that, though, in that. Not that I don't think that the celebrities were already doing this and being mindful before, but I think, again, especially this year with having more time, more freedom to use your time the way that you want to, have an opportunity to just expose different sides of you to your fans. And sometimes it's to people who aren't even fans who become fans because of something outside of what you're putting out. Because I could have music, and maybe there's somebody who just doesn't listen to R&B or doesn't listen to whatever type of sound that I put out, recently, but they do like my macaroni and cheese that I made. So now they're following me for that.
See?
You know what I mean? So
do you make fire macaroni and cheese? Is that what you're telling us?
Oh, you didn't see my video?
I didn't see that.
Shit.
I love
now look at my
macaroni and
reels.
cheese, bro.
But yeah, like, I mean, it just, and then I think at the end of the day, it just makes everyone feel like we all are people at the end of the day. People do different things in different capacities. Some people have larger platforms than others, but we're all human at the end of the day. We do a lot of the same things every day. And it's nice to be able to see someone who you might be a fan of who does things that are very relatable. If you're a coffee drinker and you see someone, oh, this is my, daily, or, so it's me, I go get coffee like 2 or 3 times a day. But, like just finding the things that you can relate to, it just makes you that much more interested in that person.
Right. Who's paying better right now? Spotify, Apple.
I think Tidal is.
Does Tidal pay?
Tidal has been the best for a long time.
Really?
Okay. Tidal, and I think maybe Apple comes. Spotify is probably dead last.
Really? Definitely.
But I think Apple Music comes after Tidal. And the thing that's crazy about Tidal is that there's still a lot of people who are not familiar with it. They've heard of it, but they don't download it. They don't use it.
Right.
And as an artist, like I said, there's so much that goes into just creating one song that you do when you have the opportunity to earn income off of it. You want to make as much as you can. And, I definitely always make sure that my music is available on Tidal. But when I look at my stats, I can see, who's streaming and who's buying from where. And Tidal is still on the bottom, unfortunately, for me.
Tidal is on the bottom.
Well, it's only because a lot of people aren't using Tidal, though. But she's
saying
not because the payout is at the top. But what I'm receiving from Tidal listeners is a smaller percentage than the others, Spotify and Apple Music. Even SoundCloud now, they work with reposts, so you can monetize your music on SoundCloud too. But yeah, I would say send everybody you can to Tidal.
Man, that's hella trash. The internet just fucked it all up, bro. Remember the CDs?
We need a street team. We need to bring street teams back.
We need to do that again.
That'd be dope, man.
Yeah, just posters and everything. Well, since we got R&B singer Jessica Jolia with us today, did you guys see? This is going to be my bozo. Okay. Are you guys familiar with the R&B singer Anne Marie? She's out of Chicago.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes.
Did you guys hear what she did?
I did.
Okay.
Talk about it though. Let the listeners know.
Okay, so I'm going to read this. It says R&B singer Anne Marie has been arrested in connection to a hotel shooting that sent a man to the hospital after getting shot in the head. The story is wild. Cops in Atlanta say that they got a call to the Intercontinental in Buckhead on December 1st and came upon a grisly scene, hotel room. According to the report obtained by TMZ, Anne Marie was hysterical while a male friend of hers laid on the floor with a bullet wound in the center of his forehead and an exit wound out of his left temple area. So he's still alive.
Holy shit.
She got arrested for that. And she was popping. I would see her she was making noise out here.
Wow.
And she shot him in the head. Yeah, and she's out on bail.
I guess she said the gun fell and went off.
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
Do y'all believe that?
I mean, if he's alive, I mean, he can speak to it, right?
Believe that one?
He's probably
he's alive, baby. Conscious.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, can he ever get arrested?
He's not gonna remember that.
He's not gonna remember.
Shit don't matter if you a vegetable.
Right.
So was the report that he was cheating on her and she blapped him in the head?
Yes, that's what I read.
That makes sense.
That's what I read.
They was comparing her situation. A lot of people in the comments to Tory shit. They were saying, why he getting all this shit and she's not, pretty much.
Because you're not supposed to cheat, man.
You not.
Yeah, I thought black men supposed to shoot a woman in their foot either.
Sir, they don't.
Black men don't cheat.
That is a fact. Black men
They do not cheat at all.
Was he dark skinned?
I think he was dark skinned.
He's fucking it up then, boy.
Yeah.
Fucking it up.
Yeah, man. How they let her out on bail though on 60,000?
Yeah, that's insane.
Nothing to get out. Shit.
There's definitely a double standard. Right. I'm not complaining, but like, you know,
between her and Tory.
Yeah,
I mean, because if if Meg was beating up Tory, you got to take that, bro. You got to. We talked about this many times already. Right. You got to just take that L. But as a woman, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Jessica, are you dating anybody in the industry? What's your philosophy on that? Are you
all up in her business? This is for, you don't even got to answer that. We ain't
this is
no. I don't mind. I'm not dating anyone right now. I think that it's challenging to date someone in the industry, unless you're a person who likes a lot of space. Because this year is different, obviously, but a normal year for me, I'm not home very often. Whether I'm on tour or just, in sessions or doing my own thing. So you kind of have to find someone who is equally busy and is okay with, really appreciating the schedule time that you can have together. Because if you're somebody who is clingy and needs, FaceTime at this hour and this hour, it doesn't work. And I'm not that person. Like, I need to be able to do what I'm doing. I want you to do the same thing. And when we have the plan time, we spend it, accordingly. But it is a challenge.
Let some people go then, right?
Say that again.
You've had to let some people go. You're like, listen, I'm
absolutely.
busy. Yeah.
Absolutely. And not, not hard feelings. It's just like, at the end of the day, this is not the life I'm setting up for myself. And
right.
And a lot of the thing is that's so funny to me, and especially being in this industry and me being around a lot of guys. I feel like a lot of the men that I know in this industry, they want to do, whatever it is that they're going to do, but they want that woman that's always going to be at home, waiting on them, not necessarily equally busy with whatever it is that she has going on. And of course that, doesn't go, across the board universally for everyone, but I've seen it more often than not that it's like the guy just wants to be out and have the freedom to do the touring and the traveling and not necessarily bring, whoever he's dating with him. And it's like when I want to be that way, when I want to have my freedoms and be able to have my space and my time to do the things that I want to do in my career so that I can continue to grow and excel, it's more challenging because it's like, well, you're supposed to be, more stationary, more, ready to kind of jump at my schedule. If I need you to come here, then you should be more willing. And it's like, well, no, you should respect that I'm busy, just like I respect that you're busy. So it's not just music. I feel like anything that anybody does professionally that's demanding, professionally, doctors, attorneys, officers, there's so many things that you could do. Entrepreneurs even, sometimes you work for, 20 hours and you need that time to get your work done. It's a challenge. You have to find somebody who, and my parents have always said, you got to find somebody equally yoked. And a lot of people say that, on religious and spiritual terms, but it's really across the board. You have to find somebody who you really see eye to eye.
Right.
Definitely.
What were you going to ask, Candace?
Has any celebrity cheaters like Offset or anybody slid in your DM?
Y'all trying to be messy.
Bow Wow. Slide in my DMs. I won't say who they are. But I have. I actually, on a related but unrelated note, like a couple years ago, I did a show and I was singing with Eric Benet and Life Jennings happened to be on the bill. So I had never met him before and we took a picture together. Somebody took the picture off of my page, put it on a gossip blog, and said that I was getting
must be nice.
So it was like I forgot how they captioned it, like some groupie chick with Life Jennings.
Oh, hell no.
Well, actually, no. We were on the same show, and we were just both actually appreciating each other's talents because it was literally just a brief picture, and then I didn't see him again after that. But internet is messy.
It sounds like you need to be on Love and Hip Hop.
No, we gotta get a Jessica Jolia of Love. Remember the old Of Love shows? Yeah. Okay. We go get a solid 18 for her. Right. Well, 17. I'm gonna be on it.
You'll be able to go back home.
Baby, I'm just playing.
Oh,
Max pack, buddy.
Shit, I'm making my own dinner tonight.
The blue box blues.
Yeah, I'm gonna call y'all and be like, "Yo, Scorch, can I stay with you?"
Oh man.
Oh my goodness, that is hilarious.
Oh god.
What else we got here?
I got another
guys?
Bozo.
Oh yeah, let's go. Let's talk about it.
The Grammys.
I know where you're going with this.
So recently it came out that I'm looking for the story here, but off the top of my head, basically they asked Tiffany Haddish to host it, do like a pre-host show, but they wanted her to do it for free.
What the? Come on.
And they made it pay. They wanted to make her pay for her airline ticket, makeup, and all that other shit, and not pay her a dime.
That's crazy.
So they really had to come out and apologize for that because she had to turn the show down. She's like, I'm not doing that shit for free.
All right.
Grammys is out of pocket, bro.
Very much
Yeah.
so.
And they've been that way for a long time. I don't know why we hold them to such a high esteem.
I told you
culture either.
I would have won a Grammy though.
I mean,
Oh, yeah, definitely,
I mean, because it's
definitely.
just but something got to be done about them. You know what I mean? As far as that
for
goes,
sure.
man, they're tripping, bro.
Yeah.
That's
I
sad, bro.
feel like I heard about that. I didn't even know that they issued an apology. And I don't know what the logic behind inviting anyone to host, especially in a year where everyone has been hit in so many different directions in a negative way for free. I'm surprised if there isn't a statement. I'm surprised that there's not one that at least tries to justify whatever angle that was for them. I certainly don't agree with it, and I'm only making a statement about it because I actually am a member of the Recording Academy. I'm a voting member, so I'm one of the people that votes for people who get Grammys.
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
so why y'all drop the ball on Summer Walker? Let's
Yeah.
So I said that to say, a lot of things in a lot of industries are political, and everyone does not always agree with the things that are publicized. It's not that everyone is on the same accord and everyone is saying that this is the right thing to do. Just the same as, who actually ends up, getting nominated. Sometimes there's a lot of division and separation in who is voting which way and why. But I wanted to just say that because I was like, somewhere somebody's going to say, well, she's a voting member for the Academy. She didn't say anything. So it's just like, just like anything else, people have differences of opinions, but me as Jessica would not have asked anyone, Tiffany Haddish or anyone else, to host an award show, Grammys or anything else, for free, regardless of the circumstance. She is a person who has done more than enough work. Her work speaks for itself. And even if she was just up and coming, if they approached her, if anyone approaches anyone else to do work, they should be prepared to pay them for what they're offering them to do.
That's a fact.
Absolutely. For real.
I mean,
Yo, who's getting vaccinated?
we just gonna jump right into that. Yeah, let's just jump right into that.
Come on.
Yo, did you see that people who are getting the vaccine, 4 people came with what is it, Bell's palsy?
Yeah.
The little-
Yeah, man, they got the Conway face.
They look
Joker
like
smiles.
they got that Bobby Brown jaw.
Yeah.
I got these scars.
Nah.
They look like Two-Face.
I can't do it. I can't. I've been talking about this for months. I'm a very nerdy, sciencey type of a person. So I like watch all the different documentaries about the virus itself, the different ways that they even develop vaccines, and how interesting it is that we're already issuing a vaccine that's only been tested for less than a year, and vaccines only take like 2 years minimum.
Man.
So it's too questionable for me.
All right, I've said it once and I'll say it again. This is how every Resident Evil movie started off.
Oh, yeah,
they got a vaccine for
all
some
that
bullshit, and then everybody gonna turn into
Fucking
zombies.
zombie.
Got them looking like Edgar from Men in Black. Your skins hang off your bones.
Is this better?
Oh, hopefully this good.
Oh,
like the
my
Kegger
gosh.
down here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they're saying, 1%, it's so funny. 1%, this is the magic number, but 1% of people are likely to have Bell's palsy as a side effect, and it's something that's supposed to you're supposed to recover from on your own eventually over time. But I actually know someone who has it, who's had it for, this is like 2 months now, and it's like slowly improving, but it's very noticeable and I'm sure very uncomfortable. And that's the last thing that you want when you're getting a vaccine, a new problem.
Right.
Yeah, for real.
No, that's
exactly. So I read a report that basically just kind of like painted several scenarios, and the scenarios that stood out to me were the fact that the government can't necessarily make you take the vaccination, but if you look at it as this, right, your employer, for those who are employed, require a vaccination card. The airport, if you want to go watch some sports, if you want to go to the grocery store. So in a lot of ways, it'll be almost impossible
to
based
do
on
anything without it.
Trick you. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
It's scary. I'm sure for you, especially as an entertainer, like when things do open back up, it may give a sense of calm, right? That you can perform in front of like non-COVID participants. But I wonder how they're going to pursue the entertainment industry, right? Like, I guess they can't make you get a vaccination, but what if they require it before you enter into a studio?
Yes. Well, see, that's what I was going to say. And I don't know to what extent they're going to be pushing it in my industry yet either. I've been trying to follow things closely, but I, have read just like hypothetical journals where it's just like what you said. If it's not the studio, it's the venue that you're performing at that requires a vaccine. So there are a lot of things that come into play where if you're going to stay working in the industry, it is going to be challenging to not take it, where it's not in the sense of we're forcing you to, but if this is the occupation you're going to continue to pursue, these are the things that you're going to be required to do. Yeah. So if you're not willing to, you just have to be very creative and know, possibly maybe I won't tour, possibly I won't be going to the larger studios. I mean, and this whole year, I hope a lot of people have had the opportunity to try to just be inventive and creative in as many capacities as possible, because things have changed and they're going to continue to change.
Definitely.
And, like I said, I'm not really pro the vaccine for me personally. But I do know, that at some point I might have to seriously make a decision. And if my decision still is no, I'm not taking it, then I need to have a plan for what I am going to do.
You know what? If you mastering and mixing your own music, I bet you can do everything. Just set up.
You can create the vaccine.
Yeah, you should set up.
Well, we'll see what goes on, what happens. Well, Jessica, we're coming close to an end here, and we would like you to introduce the song that you sent me so we can play it for all of the listeners before we go.
Okay, well, up next is my new single, In the Water, produced by Ben Blades Beats.
All right, let's hear that, Nate Dogg. Hey, this is hard, though.
It's a banger. Oh, it gets deep. The further you go, gotta move with the waves, yeah. They get high, they get low. You don't wanna sink, you don't wanna lose your focus. That's what everybody noticed. So keep floating, yeah. In the water, that's what everybody noticed. Oh, it gets deep, further you go. I've been young and I've been reckless. You get knocked out off your checklist. I was do the unexpected and I'm still highly respected. Couple lessons, I confess that ain't nothing came easy. Constantly blocking the pressure, they trying to beat me. I don't break it back when I got, I just keep it low key. Really glad when I got, but it really don't see. Really glad when I got, but you really can't see. Careful before you drown in the sea. In the water, ooh, it gets deep. Further you go, gotta move with the wave, yeah. They get high, they get low. You don't wanna sink, you don't wanna lose your focus. at your socks. Feeling like you up in them stocks, but the clock is ticking, it talks. Now you just throwing back shots, worrying about what you done. Thought up again like my friends that could have been them this way. I don't really back when I got, I didn't keep it low key. Really glad when I got, I didn't really low key. Really glad when I got, but you really deep. Careful boy, you drown in the sea. In the water, ooh, it gets deep. Further you go, gotta move with the wave. Take it high, take it low. You don't wanna sink, you don't wanna lose your focus. That's what everybody notices. So keep floating, keep floating. In the water, that's what everybody notices. Ooh, it gets deep, further you go. You don't wanna lose your focus. Keep floating. Oh, it gets deep, further you go. In the water. Oh, it gets deep, further you go. Gotta move with the wave. Take it high, take it low. You don't wanna lose your focus. That's what everybody notices. So keep floating, keep floating.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was In the Water by none other than the beautiful Jessica Jolia. Jessica,
banger.
That song is different.
Banger.
That was water.
That song is
Water.
different.
Yeah. I really had a good time with that one. I had a lot of fun writing that one.
Yeah, no, that shit is special. That's a special.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Jessica, we appreciate you coming and joining our crazy show for
So
an
very
hour.
much.
You know,
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys.
We wish you nothing but success. We know that you are going to be a superstar.
Very much so.
I feel it in my veins.
Oh, thank
And,
you.
Thank you so much. Why don't you let everybody know where they could find you, where they could stream your music and all that good stuff?
So my music is available on all digital streaming platforms. You just look up my name, Jessica Jolia. And then on social media, my handle is at Jessica Jolia, just like this on the screen. It's the same. Jessica Jolia. Try to keep it consistent.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you again so much. Shout out to your manager for making this happen for us. We appreciate him.
Definitely.
And like I said, thank you once again, man. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I hope I get to come back soon.
Oh, you are a friend of the show.
Always.
You are welcome whenever you want. Whenever you want to get crazy and talk some crazy shit with us, you just be like, yo, send me the stream link. I'm there.
Next time I can come in the studio, so I don't.
Yeah, we would love that. We would love that for sure. All right, thank you, Jessica. Have a good night. All right.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the All Eyez on Us podcast. You know what I'm saying? What a guest.
What a guest.
My gosh.
What a guest. And once again, baby, I was just playing. We back next week. You know the vibes. Free on Becky today. Free on Becky. We out.
Peace.
All right.
That was great.